Hello and welcome back to the Sovrenfx YouTube channel. So today I'm going to talk about executing on the lower time frames, but this is going to be, I think I'm going to make two parts of this because I don't want to stretch the video out. So without further ado, let's dive right into today's video. So a lot of you have been asking me how I execute on the lower time frames, which is evident. I've been sending my trades to the group chat and also during the live sessions during New York opens and London close. Okay, so first and foremost, you want to understand what's order flow. So you have to understand the price movement as buyer and seller order flow. Order flow simply means the buyer or seller initiated transaction at the electronic exchanges. So it consumes liquidity provided by market makers and drives market price. So flow is based on information advantage. So this information advantage is simply the news and the economic data reports and the new events that occur in the financial markets, which we go over every day during the sessions before we start our trading. Okay, so with that, let's dive right into price action. Okay, so price action, I've categorized it into three parts: the Japanese candlesticks, market structure, and price points of interest. So for Japanese candlesticks, this is what we are looking at. Most of the technical traders utilize the Japanese candlesticks for their entries. So they represent price movement initiated by order flow. The variations of candlesticks from body to wick signals order flow changes. So for example, if you have consecutive bearish candles, this is simply signifying the order flow change from the buyers to sellers. Okay, then you realize you have weaker bullish candles, it wasn't able to engulf this bearish impulsive move. So the order flow is on the seller's bias. Okay, so market structure. Let's go to the second one. Market structure. Market structure allows us to see the order flow in play for potential ranges, trends alongside understanding fundamentals. So it's hard to show you right now since the market is closed, but in hindsight, we can understand why we took the trades we took on Friday, which was yesterday. We had our sales here, we had more sales here. So it just allows us to see the order flow in play for potential ranges. So these are our ranges. For gold, our ranges lie between key levels, and I have a video on how to plot key levels. And as you can see, price reacts right on the point, breaks impulsively, taps our key level. I don't draw these key levels during sessions or during my trading times. These are just there. I've already done higher time frame analysis. So I just look to enter here. You can see how beautiful it touches the key levels, but only if you understand fundamentals. So on Friday we didn't expect buys, so we took our 50 pips, took more sells at this breaking of the 1929.500 key level. So understanding the market structure and the price points of interest is really important. So that brings us to the price points of interest. So I've already gone over what these yellow lines are. These aren't magical lines, these are the key levels on gold. I plot them on the higher time frame closes. So in the close of the candles, the yearly candles, the monthly candles, the quarterly candles, and sometimes even the weekly candles. These are significant prices because this is where banks and large financial institutions exchange order flow. So our job is to analyze the action of price using candlestick reading, market structure analysis, pattern analysis, and fundamentals to paint us a picture of who is in control, buyers or sellers. So the concept to do this are the same and universal across all trading styles. As you can see, I personally enter on the 1 minute, but they are universal, so it needs to be adjusted just to time sensitivity. So analyzing market structure or price action is no different from the 1 minute chart, the way I do it, or all the way to the daily charts. You can see price reacts in the same areas, so it only depends on what type of trader you are, whether you're intraday trader, position trader, scalper, swing trader. So time frames are universal. For example, so higher time frame trading, is done in milliseconds, and you can see this apply to something like gold, where you might have a higher time frame bearish trend, institutional macro sell orders in play. So this is what we call high frequency trading. This is done by the banks and large financial institutions such as hedge funds. So this is what we as scalpers and retail traders need to follow. We don't need to be ahead of the market. We let the market do what it does best and we just follow. So let me go back down to the 1 minute. I'm doing my best to explain it as easily as I can, so that when we come back to the live streams on Monday, everyone is on the same page with me. So let's bring them together. So for candle reading, the size of the candle bodies versus the wicks. Okay, so they give us information: the size of the bodies versus the wicks. Larger candle bodies, whether bearish or bullish, signal more order flow. Bullish or bearish engulfing. Also, that is one, so you can write that down: the size of the candle bodies versus the wicks. We also have candles in succession, repeated bullish candles, such as here, repeated bullish candles, and a minor bearish pullback. This shows us that the bullish has signals more order flow. Okay, also, and the third one for candle reading is candle breaks below or above key price points of interest. So like here, price broke above this key level, broke below the key level. So this signals more seller or buyer volume. So you just look at how price breaks through these key levels. So for example, here price broke through impulsively. This shows us that there's more buyer volume. Okay, so we're just putting together this. So for market structure, analysis of trend gives us a more macro view of what order flow is important. That's why we weren't fazed by the fact that price was breaking above these key levels, so we didn't take buys, because we had a higher time frame macro view of what is happening in the market. The market is in a downtrend, as it can be seen clearly. We played sales throughout the week from Monday to Friday. Back to the 1 minute. You identify higher highs, higher lows, or lower highs and lower lows. So these are just the transactions behind the scenes. For example, in a bullish trend, let's use this example. Okay, so understand price was in a bearish trend, but you're just going to use this piece of price action over here. So for example, in this small bullish trend, a pullback is just a buyers exiting positions and sellers providing exit liquidity, also driving price lower to more favorable demand prices for buyers to collect more orders. Okay, so if price does this, so ignore what happened. I just want you to understand exactly what I'm talking about. So if price does a bullish break, then so for example here, impulsive buyers pullback. These are just buyers liquidating positions, and sellers provide the liquidity, because for a market to work, you have to have buyers and sellers on each side of the market. Okay, so also it drives price to better premium buy areas. So here's where it collects more buy orders, then gets the strength to impulsively break through key levels and strong price points of interest. Okay, so if you don't understand any of that, you can just leave the questions in the comment section, and that's why I'm going to have a part 2 of this. I'll be answering the questions that you leave below. So finally, price points of interest. Once again, these are our key levels, PPLs. So for GJ, we have the PPLs. These are just psychological price levels, which have been known to work beautifully on GJ. These are where I look to execute when I'm taking. So ignore this. These are just the trades we took on Friday. I had 45 pips in total. This is where I look to execute on the PPLs. So if you're wondering how you get these PPLs, is simply this indicator here, or you could just plot it, because it's just the 0.500 level, 0.800 and 0.200. Those are the Japanese yen price psychological levels. So the reactions at the price points of interest show you a lot of information of buyer or seller control. This goes hand in hand with candle reading at the price points of interest and understanding current market structure at play. So for example, here I know, so I took this loss but executed another one here. Don't worry about the trades, I just want you to get the concept. So understanding the market structure is bullish. Then you come and read the candles at your price points of interest. So for example, price is bullish and you realize price is dropping down to your price point of interest. It's not always exactly on the dot, so it's plus or minus 5 pips, but you realize that the sellers are losing strength. You're starting to get more stronger bullish candles. Some might even call this a double bottom. So you don't need to memorize the candlesticks and the candlestick patterns. You just have to see candles for what they are and how they explain price action. So you can see this bullish candle and gulfs two bearish candles. This shows you that buyers are coming back into the market. Okay, so here I'd execute a buy right here. So repeating technical patterns at price points of interest, which is extended candle reading, gives more information. So for example, the double bottom pattern forming at a price point of interest in a bullish, so this being a pullback, okay, this was bullish at first, then this is bearish. So when you get a double bottom at a price point of interest, this signals that sellers are exiting positions and buyers are jumping in. You'll realize that some call it an order block. This is basically the market makers and institution exchanging prices. The buyers are jumping in and the sellers are liquidating their positions, exiting their positions. So that's how you shift market structure. And how you'd execute is break above, wait for it to come, tap the order block highs, execute. Simple as that. And since we are on the 1 minute, executing this, the stop loss would be 11 pips for a take profit of 20, 1 to 2. Okay, so that's that. For fundamentals, you have to understand the fundamentals impacting order flow, the economic events, economic data reports, central banking. If we have geopolitical tensions, I'll make another video on reading the fundamentals and actually understanding what goes on behind the scenes and what drives investor behavior. Understand also the market sentiment analysis of investors, market correlations. So as you can see from this side, we have the VIX, we have the equities, we have US30, you have the DXY. This is just the dollar index, Japanese yen index, the British pound index. So I just used this for correlation. So you can see the DXY, which is the dollar index. So what you do is, when there is a bearish movement, I don't want to call it movement, when price is bearish on the DXY, this tells us that all pairs that are against the dollar, for example, gold, which is against the dollar, you're going to notice it's buys because the dollar is losing strength. That's just one of the correlations. I'll also make a separate video just for market correlations, such as the VIX to the equities and DXY to the USD pairs. I think with that I have covered a lot. I'm not sure how I'm going to name this video, but understanding lower time frames or understanding market structure. Yeah, so see you in the next video. Thank you for tuning in. Leave a like, subscribe. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment section below. You could also join the free Telegram group where I send signals sometime and analysis, whatever drips a chain. See you next time.